We are 4 points clear. Stop panicking. Portsmouth fans are saying, others are saying, we are going down. Let's see where our camp land this week. Welcome back to Where Pompey Walk. It's 20 minutes of Portsmouth chat. We're reviewing that crazy derby game and looking ahead to the final 4 games of the season. Sasha, Phil, Sam, and Jake are back with us, and delighted to have you back with us as well. We're also going to pick the player of the season in this episode as well, so stay tuned for that then. Right, Sasha. Still not quite safe. What do you make of the derby game, please?
You know, before the game, everyone would have wanted us to win. I felt like if we'd beaten Derby at home, that would put us in a much better position. A draw's not a terrible result, as long as we didn't lose. And considering that in the 90th minute we were 2-1 down, I'll take it. I'll take the point.
Some people are saying, Phil, that some performances have dropped off a little bit the last couple of games. Do you agree with that? And if so, why?
I've noticed a couple of players. Again, I don't think it's fair at this stage of the season to call out any players, but there are a couple that I've noticed that aren't quite performing at levels. But I think generally speaking, the performances are okay. But as we've spoken many a time, it's all about, I don't care about performances right now. It's just about getting whatever we can out of a game like we did yesterday. So, yeah.
I tell you what, it's never easy with you guys, is it?
No.
I mean, I'm not a Portsmouth fan, but I mean, Jake, is this even testing your kind of spirit a little bit? This how you seem to be stumbling
a little bit
over this finish line.
I think we're missing Lang. We really are missing him. We didn't replace him when he got injured, and then we sort of muddled through a few games, picked up points, and just the last couple of games has just been really noticeable that we've missed him. But yeah, no, we never make it easy. It's always interesting being a Pompey fan.
Let's have a look at some social media takes, shall we, from the game. Sam says, we need to sign Atkinson if we can in the summer. Starkers and Blue says, my God, it's never easy with Pompey, is it? We needed a win, anything but a defeat, yet we seem to be heading that way. 10-point gap thrown away with the bottles. Squeaky bum time for the last 4 games. Expect nothing from the away games this season. This is going to the wire. And Steve says, we are 4 points clear. Stop panicking, for F's sake. Right, Sam, where do you sit? Sam M, where do you sit on this? Is it squeaky bum time, or does everyone just need to calm down a little bit? You've got 2 winnable home games and everything will be fine.
Yeah, that is the problem. I think we are just putting so much pressure on the home games, because I think that is why everyone's panicking from the outside. People will be like, oh yeah, Pompey are going to be fine. But I think the games we've seen away, I think they're kind of just, we're writing them off a bit. But you can highlight the Sheffield Wednesday away one, because I think they've lost like 5 in a row or something like that. But yeah, I think it is squeaky bum time.
Sam, where do you stand on it? Is it time to panic? Some people, I've even seen a Mousinho out tweet this weekend, which I've not seen for a long time.
I don't fancy us against Norwich on Friday. Watford will be tricky. I just don't want it to go to the last game of the season. I just want to be safe before the last game of the season, so we can enjoy the last day and just like ease into the summer and just be there. But just don't lose for the rest of the season. I think is what we all want. Just don't lose for the rest.
Great punditry. Yeah, there we go then, Sasha. Yeah, so you'll be heading to Norwich on Good Friday, I presume, and then following it up with, of course, your grudge match against Watford this coming Easter Monday. I don't think Barr's he's gonna sit out that one, I think. What do you make of the next 2 then?
You know, it would have been a lot more exciting if Bar was playing, obviously. I feel like every single fan and player would have put in that extra 10% if he was on the pitch for that game, but I guess we'll have to do it without him. But I don't know if I see us getting anything at Norwich. It'd be the most Pompey thing ever to go beat Norwich 3-0 and then lose to Watford at home. So I wouldn't.
That's what we said when we played against Leeds, right? We didn't.
Yeah, I said the same thing. We'd lose to Luton and beat Leeds. So I don't want to call it, but I could see something similar happening.
I mean, if you look down there, though, Phil, the table, with Cardiff on 42, then Derby and Hull sandwiched between you. We're not saying, are we, that even if you lose all four, the worst case scenario, that they're going to pick up enough points to overhaul 4 points in 4 games, given the teams we're talking about?
That's what I keep thinking, but then you see Plymouth go and beat Sheffield yesterday, and it sort of makes you a bit twitchy again. But I've decided I'm going in the last 4 games more positive, because otherwise I think I'll just keel over with the sheer stress of everything. I still believe we'll have enough, but it's going to be very tight. And like you were saying earlier on, Sam, I'd rather just get it finished as soon as possible. I want to try and enjoy the last remaining games and look forward to the summer, and new squad and new players for next season. But God, yeah, I just don't know what's going to happen. That's the problem. It's just so Pompey just to do what they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, but if you listen to, I know you don't, but if you listen to Cardiff fans, they reckon they've gone. Our Luton Town fans reckon, they're sitting watching their sides. That you aren't playing badly, Jake, are you? They are.
No. The first half against Coventry, we were brilliant. Second half, we were poor. We didn't play badly on Saturday, really. It's a results business, isn't it? And that's what matters. We've done this all season. Sheffield United, we spoke about earlier. We should have beat them. We should have beat. There's so many teams we should have beaten and haven't done. So that's what it comes down to. It comes down to results at the end. And I'm just worried that it's going to come down to Hull 90+4 and Kamara's going to pop up and send us down. That's what I'm concerned about.
It just can't happen. Ted was very positive on this one. He says, I have a feeling that point against Derby might keep us up. It's going to be an unpleasant few weeks, though. That home loss to Plymouth was a nightmare result. Jake, only if Bishop scored that penalty. Yeah, I mean, Sam, that was one of the worst penalties you've seen all season.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was good eye for the keeper, wasn't it? So, I mean, he's obviously a Nottingham Forest fan, so I think maybe that got the better of him in that instance. But yeah, I mean, people can't give him too much stick. I think when you look what we were like without him, and since he's come back, he's so important for this team. So
yeah,
nervous penalty, wasn't it? It was a nervous one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Atkinson and then shall we as well, Sam. So staying with you, people are saying he gets signed. Sign him up in the summer. It's a no-brainer, I think, from all of you. You've all said that in the past, but how much?
Well, he's just massive. He was ill, I read, for Saturday as well. We had a chest infection, a stomach bug, and obviously he hasn't played for us for about 3 months and comes back and has a performance like he did. Obviously, take away the own goal, but yeah, he was so good, and I think he would be very important just for having that balance over the back line. And yeah, hopefully we can maybe see Callum Lang back. I know that's got a slight chance. So if we can get him back for at least maybe 2 games, it could be the difference.
Okay. Sam, people are saying sign him up. You agree, and how much?
Yeah, I agree. Well, wouldn't he be a free? Or is he on loan? He's on loan, right?
He's on loan, yeah. There's 1 more year on his contract.
Well, I don't know. Our owners are pretty sticky when it comes to transfers. So, I don't know. Probably say 700, 800,000 would probably be a comfortable offer for him, and see how that goes.
Okay. The league are going to announce all the managers of the season and players of the season in the next coming weeks once the season finishes, Sasha. If Mousinho were to keep you up, should he be on the shortlist for that award?
Yeah, of course. If you look at all the graphics that were going around, especially at the beginning of the season, lowest squad value, lowest wage bill, on paper, we were destined to go down. So if he does keep us up, yeah, he's been brilliant, and that's why the fans love him. And we stuck with him when everyone else got rid of their managers, and hopefully it all pays off.
Yeah, like I said, he's the only manager in that bottom half that's still there. But he's unlikely to win it, though, Phil, do you think?
Probably unlikely, unfortunately. But yeah, he certainly deserves his chance. Yeah, absolutely. But you know how these awards go. They tend to go for the bigger teams. So yeah, so be it. Okay. At the end of the day, as Pompey fans, we know how we feel about him, and I'm sure John understands that as well. And hopefully that's all he needs to understand and know about how much we appreciate the job he's done. So
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll still be getting my vote. I can't think of. I mean, yeah, why give it to Scott Parker with thousands and millions to spend? All right, good shout. We need to do some awards though, because we are coming to the end. Only 3 more records left. So this week we are awarding our player of the season. So we're going to go around our panel. You can all choose the same one. I'm sure some of you will. And in the comments, we'd like to get your thoughts as well. Jake, may we kick this off with you? You've been to, I think, every home game, if I'm not mistaken, or nearly every home game. Who's impressed you the most consistently?
Well, shout out to Murphy and Bishop, but I'm going to give it to Schmidt. He came in probably around about a quarter of the way through the season, and I think he's been brilliant for us. So I'd give him player of the season this year.
Okay, I didn't see that coming. Sam?
Yeah, I'd go Murphy. I think you can't really ignore his goal involvements this year, and I think it could have been maybe a different story if Callum Lang didn't get injured. But yeah, my vote would go to Josh Murphy.
Okay, Sam?
Yeah, we as the Canadian supporters group voted for Murphy. So trophy presentation will be on Easter Monday. So if you're there, just keep an eye out for that. So yeah, we had Murphy and then Lang in second, and then Bishop was third for us. So yeah.
Good stuff. Sasha, have you been to every away game? You've not missed a single game all season?
Not missed a single one.
Right,
no.
okay. We need to get this guy a Fan of the Year award. Thank you. Right, next week you need to clock up how many miles you've done and let us know. You've got on the bus to the next away game, Sheffield Wednesday. Right, who's your pick?
So I'm actually going to be presenting one of the awards at Fratton Park against Hull. I'm not going to say who it's for because I'm not allowed to, but
Okay.
I would vote Nico Schmidt as well. I echo what Jake said. He's been brilliant since he's come in. A lot of people wouldn't have expected him to get much game time at all, maybe in the cup, but he's come in, he's done brilliant, and he's saved us so many points this season. So yeah, he's my player of the season.
Okay. Phil?
I am torn between Schmidt and Murphy, but I think Murphy for me just about edges it. Just from the point of view that I've said before, that as a team, we've always lacked pace, and to see him and what he brings to the team flying down that wing, he's good. But take nothing away from Schmidt as well, though. He's really done himself proud this year, but Murphy just edges it for me for his goal contributions.
I think we're going to struggle to keep Murphy in the summer, actually.
I don't know.
We'll come to that in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure, in terms of who we need to sign down. Finally, we're asking all our teams this week to award the Championship Player of the Season. Now, you're not allowed to pick a Portsmouth player, but you are allowed to pick from any other 23 teams, any other player that has impressed you the most that you think, especially in games against Portsmouth, tore you apart. Not particularly just, generally in terms of who scored the most goals, but in the games against you, who are you most impressed with? Sasha, kick this off, given that you've watched all 23 teams nearly twice.
Yeah, not necessarily for their goal involvements, but I was really impressed of Alex Moat of West Brom. He scored a couple against us, including a stunning free kick at Fratton Park. And Gus Harmer of Sheffield United, I thought he was a tidy player. Obviously very talented, very good. So yeah, they're my 2 picks.
Okay, Phil?
Not necessarily for his performances against us, but I've seen him a couple of times in other games, and also for the England under 17, 18, whatever squad. But Chris Rigg from Sunderland, I can't believe he's only 17 years old, and in a team that's got Joby Bellingham and everybody raves about him. I think he's outstanding midfielder. So yeah, looks like a real good prospect, and hopefully he'll be playing in the Premier League shortly, I would expect, and he'll be playing for England as well before too long, hopefully.
Good stuff. Jake?
I'll go Dan James, I think, from Leeds. I know obviously we beat them at home, but every time we got the ball, he scared the life out of me, just with his pace. And I just enjoy watching him play, so I'll give it to him.
Okay. Sam?
Mine would be Gustavo Armour as well. I think he's just too good for this league. I was watching the game against Plymouth yesterday, and just everything about him. He's just such a good player. So yeah, that's what.
Okay. And Sam?
I'm going to go different. I'm going to give a shout out to some goalkeeper, and I'm going to go James Trafford from Burnley. I think he's a stellar goalkeeper, and he's England's future number one, I think.
Okay. Right. Brilliant. Thanks so much. Of course, since I last met you, Southampton have been officially relegated as well.
Yes.
Yeah, the record is still on, isn't it, for the worst ever teams? You do know that they visit Goodison and my own team, and the last ever game at Goodison. So you just know exactly.
Don't let us down,
what?
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly what is going to happen
Don't
in
let
that
us down.
game. It is going to be 1-0 Southampton. In the last ever game of Goodison is the most evident thing to do. Right. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Next week, I'm going to sit here and say the word Sasha, you're safe. Excited to do it. Right. See you then in 7 days' time. Thank you very much for watching.